In this video, we're going to be talking about how and why you should get signed to a record label as a producer in 2023. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Vlad and I create superstar music producers. So for a long time, I was thinking that being signed to a label is bad, labels are evil and you should do everything on your own and so on, which could be true to some degree, but there are some really huge benefits why it's good to being signed to a label, and let's talk about that. So when it comes to being signed, why you should do that is mainly because labels have connections and opportunities, right? So they have connections with booking agencies, artists, promoters, and if you are a small artist and you are looking for the quickest way to elevate your music career, to really, get that fan base to grow, to start playing some gigs, play some visibility, being signed to a good label that can put money into the promo or connect you with the right people can be a game-changing thing, right? So let's take a look at this. So if you are an artist without a lot of connections, right, you don't really have a lot of options, right? So you may be trying to collaborate with someone, you may be trying to push your music here and there, but really when you get connected with the label, they can talk to their network, even get you like a radio play, connect you with the right people, and also if you collaborate with the artists that are on the label, it may be something really big for you, right? And the same goes like overall, if you get connected with that network, they can push you, people can notice you, and that's going to be super big for yourself. And moreover, the labels, they have big fan bases usually, right? So if we think about major labels like Spinning Records, Sony, Universal, if you get like one release there and you can collaborate with the artist on that label, this is such a big opportunity, right? So this is why it can be really beneficial for you to get signed to a record label, right? So I'll tell you a little bit about my experience, and I can say right away that the right label matters. So between 2018 and 2020, I released 40 tracks on small labels. So as you can see, it's a screenshot from my Spotify. I didn't really get a lot from that. Yes, they posted my tracks on their social media. I was included in some compilations, but really, if we're talking about money, I didn't really make that much, like at all. I would say like nothing, although like I made some sales. So really, label matters a lot. Being released on a good label can be super cool thing. Also, the way I released, and this is something that you could do, is that you could use places like Submit Hub, like websites, Label Radar. But again, the biggest downside to that is that there's no personal connection. So basically just like dropping a demo to a label, which could work, they're still checking. But it's always better if you have some sort of personal connection with someone who knows someone on the label, right? Because this way it will increase your chances to getting signed at the end of the day. But you can still give it a shot. Like, I'm not trying to say that it's not working. Try that, why not? Could work. Worked for me. Right, so now let's talk about steps how to get signed. So the first thing that you want to do is really like pick 2-3 labels that you like. If you like want to try hard, if you really want to play hard, you can go for the biggest ones like Spinning Records, Armada Music, Sony, like whatever. I just saw like in Junior Deep, so those are also pretty cool labels. So pick the labels that you like. Now, this is going to be like a pretty critical step for you. Pick the genre, your style, and compare your tracks face to face. And I want you to be really honest with yourself. If you play your music like face to face, it should really feel like your music is as good or even better than the tracks that are on the label, right? Make sure that it fits the style, the arrangement, the energy, and so on. Like super important. Like, don't be that guy who's like, oh, I'm gonna get released on the label, and then like you may think that, yeah, well, it sounds good, but being honest with yourself, it doesn't, right? So making good music is the key. That's the number one thing, right? And also could be really good to get some feedback from professionals, from producers, the guys who know their craft. So this is also really good thing to do. Now, the next step is going to be pitching to the artists that are on the labels. And before you do that, what I want you to prepare before that is to organize your social media. And guys, like, so many times I see people with pretty good music and their profile just looks trash. It just looks like trash, just random photos, no like good bio, everything is like unorganized, and like you're just wasting an opportunity if you don't do it like the right way. So please organize the social media, make sure that bio, photo, links, everything looks good. Don't be that average Joe with just like random pics. A lot of people do that. That's not really cool. All right, now let's talk about how do you find people whom you can connect with. So this is the screenshot I just took from the website of the label. What you want to do is research the label and find people who make similar style to yours, right? Then what you want to do is that you want to find them on Instagram and really just look up their profiles. And what you want to do is aim for the smaller profiles. Let's say like from 10, maybe like a little bit below 10, like 7, 8, 10 to 30K people. So you can get a chance to get a reply, because the bigger profiles, they are not going to reply to you. Obviously, if you shoot like messages to biggest EDM superstars, they're not going to read it, right? Because they get a lot of messages every day. The next thing is don't be pushy. Like, don't be pushy. That's the thing that I've done when I started my coaching business, like, just spamming people, just trying to get something from them. No, don't be pushy. And I really recommend using Instagram, because Instagram is the platform where it's going to be much easier to connect with people in a way that you can just shoot them a message compared to the email or like the other way how you would do that, right? So give value. What you want to do is just genuinely compliment on their music. Don't overdo it, like don't write like a paragraph, but like a little bit, like just make sure it's genuine, just make sure like you like the music and everything is good. Right? You can also comment a little bit on the profile, engage, maybe repost something to your stories. But again, like don't overdo it, because that's like people can sense that really easily when you want to get something from them, right? And again, I strongly recommend using Instagram because it's way better than the email. And if you slide into the DMs, then it may be like a really good chance that you will get a reply. Okay? So when you build a relationship and connection, now, you can introduce yourself, but they will probably see the profile, or like maybe sometimes they don't check. But anyway, you can tell that you are a producer and you made this cool track, and you can ask them if you think that would work for the DJ set. Like, okay, hey, like I have this really cool track, I'm a producer, and I think that's gonna work for the DJ set. Like, may I send you the track, right? So be like really light. So take it easy, go slow, and if they say yes, then now you can send them the track and ask for the feedback. So what you don't want to do again is just like spam them with the links right away with the paragraphs, because that's going to destroy the relationship. This is not really good, and that's in fact something that I failed a lot with, like in the past with my coaching business, just like spamming people. It doesn't work that way, like at all. So don't do it. So after they listen, if they like the track, and if you do good music, they will like the track. There's like a really big chance that they will like the track. You can ask them if they could potentially help you to get released on that label that you're looking for. And after that, a couple of things that could happen. Either they like the track or not. If they like the track, maybe they can just pass it to the DJ friend, to the label manager, and so on, and that opens the door for you. But if not, maybe they say that, hey, maybe for this label that's not going to work. but I have this dude, like this guy I know on the other label, and that could fit the other label, which is also something really, really good, right? If they don't like the track, which could happen, right? You want to give it a shot to the other labels, to the other producers. Maybe just it's not their cup of tea, or you never know, right? So give it a shot, send to other people, and if they all reject, what that's gonna mean for you is that your music is just not good enough, right? It's just not good enough, and you can improve on that. Just take the criticism, really work on the maybe specific parts, maybe like overall. But again, in the beginning I said your music should be really, really good. That's super important. And yeah, just ask them for the honest feedback, really. You can say to them that, you know, just be direct. You can tell me how you really feel about the track and so on and so forth. And yeah, that could help you to improve a lot. So again, what to avoid: don't be needy. For example, if you don't get a reply and people ghost you, maybe they're just busy, like it happens. Maybe they just have like some personal stuff going on. Like for me, it's been a case, you know, I've been ghosting some people like for a month, like for a week, not because I just like didn't want to reply. Sometimes I don't want to, again, some of the personal stuff, but it's life, you know, things come up, so just wait for it. And again, be professional and respect everyone and everything, because that's, at the end of the day, is your business, right? And what are the key takeaways? Music matters. Really, the thing that is the most important one is making great music. If you start with it, then making connections with people and getting released will be much, much easier. So I want to tell you a story. I'm working with a friend right now, and basically what happened, he just found my content. I was putting myself out. Again, one more lesson: put yourself out there. And he just texted me on Instagram. We had like a quick chat and was like, hey, like, you want to do a call? And basically we just started working together, because he told me like, hey man, like, you make really, really good sound, you make really, really good music. Again, I know that this is like kind of random and there's not like a super big of a chance that's gonna happen to you at the end of the day, but if you put yourself out there, if you really focus on your music, that's gonna be the big thing. And now, like, because he knows the right people, for me that's going to be much easier to push my music to, you know, since we are working as a duo, will be the like way easier. So connections is the best way to get more opportunities, to get signed, and to grow faster as a music producer. All right, so that was pretty much it, guys. Obviously there are a lot of details to that, and I can't really like show you everything in one video. If you are serious about your music in 2023, if you want to get signed to a record label, if you want to get more gigs and really grow professionally, I have a full course on that. So if you're interested, you can book a coaching call. Just there will be a link under the video, and you can also send me a message on Instagram. We can chat and see if I can help you. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.